Hello there. Happy Monday night. We are live. And tonight we are talking about, is keto carnivore worth it? Is it hard and is it worth it? Both questions are yes. Yes, it is hard, but yes, it is worth it. We're going to talk about that tonight, and we're also going to do any questions and answers that you guys have and any hard things that you are going through. I'm going to have you guys put that in the chat so I can address it tonight and we can get over those hurdles. We can kind of work through that and defeat BB, all of this stuff. So this is Lisa, Kinda Karnivore. If you are just tuning in, this is our Monday night live at 6 o'clock. And tonight we're going to go ahead and do that. We're here every Monday night at 6 o'clock. And we usually have a topic, and then we do Q&A and any other things that come up. And we support each other and all that good stuff. And it's just nice to be live and connected. So you guys, I'm going to go ahead and get started. And if you're catching this on the replay, you can go ahead and put your comments or your questions in the chat also. I will still come back and answer those for you. So you guys, I do have some notes, so I'm going to look down a few times, but I love this format going live because it's just so comfortable. I feel like I can connect with you guys better. The nice thing is I don't have to do any editing, and it's just kind of like real and uncut, and what you see is what you get. So you guys, is it worth it? Is it hard? And we're going to answer that right now. So I've been on a ketogenic lifestyle for over 8 years. I have relapsed 2 or 3 times, but it wasn't until after 2020. So I had been keto carnivore for 3 years before I relapsed. So you guys, I've been through the journey of the ups and downs. I know how hard it is. So I do have to say this. A lot of people, when they meet me, or even I'm new to this channel, they're seeing this new Lisa. It's not really a new Lisa, it's the same Lisa. And so they're not realizing that I lost 90 pounds and that it is hard. They just see like the new Lisa, the outside Lisa. So I'm just going to tell you guys that it is hard. This is the hardest thing I've had to do in my life and that I continue to do in my life. It is not easy. Sometimes people look at these videos and think, oh, it's easy for them, or it's different for them, or they can't even imagine like if I weighed 90 pounds more. And I just want to let you guys know that it is very hard, and it was hard for me too. The only difference is I just don't give up. Yes, I have fallen off, but I just don't give up. I'm not going to give up. Even if I make mistakes, even if I fall off and have a hard time getting back on, I just don't give up. That's the only difference. So I know it's hard. And this channel is to help you through that, because what I do want you to know is that if I can do it, you can do it. I'm a carb addict. I'm addicted to carbs and sugar, and I have a hard time. It is hard. So, but what makes it easier is if you're able to not have the carbs. Of course, it's hard to stay away from something if you're continually having it and you're feeding BB the dopamine. And that's with any addiction, with alcohol, with drugs, with gambling, all addictions. When you're feeding it, you're feeding the addiction. So it's easier. I'm not saying that it's not hard. It's just easier to do when you're not having it. That's why the first couple of weeks on a ketogenic diet are the hardest, because those are the couple of weeks that you are also having withdrawals, you're having cravings, you're wanting it, you're the back of your brain, BB is telling you all kinds of stuff. It's really, really hard, especially if you have never done this before. So I'm going to go over the reasons why it's worth it, and what we can do about the hard part. So the first thing I want to do is let's recognize the reasons why it's worth it to start a ketogenic lifestyle. Rather your keto, even low carb, if you're low carb, if you're starting low carb, starting keto, ketovore, carnivore, it's all under the ketogenic umbrella. So whatever you're starting, it's hard, but these are the things that you can look forward to. Simple things. So when I'm going to go over this list, I'm going to talk about the simple things, not necessarily weight. Weight loss happens automatically when you get a healthy lifestyle. So the weight loss happened automatically. Most of you guys know that when I started, I was pre-diabetic. Yes, I was 90 pounds overweight, but my focus wasn't the weight. My focus was that I'm pre-diabetic and I really, really need to get a hold of this. So the simple things are, for me, are, and I think about when I'm getting old. So I know we don't think about this. We think about, oh, weight loss. Weight loss is like the number one thing that people think about. But I want to give you some other things to think about. When I get old, I want to be able to walk. There are people that can't walk, that are 70s, 80s, 90s, that cannot walk. They have things going on in their body, arthritis that's really bad, different ailments going on that they can't walk. So just me getting old and being able to walk, that's what I want to do. I want to be able to walk, and I want to be able to be strong. I want to be able to go upstairs. So that's a simple thing. We think it's simple because we can do it now, but I want to be able to go upstairs, to be strong enough to go upstairs, to have a reasonable weight that I can carry and go upstairs, or get up when I fall. If I fall, be able to get up, or maybe even yet have balance so like I can catch myself and not fall. So these are so important to me, and these are some of my whys. You need to know your why. And I talk about that in my Mindset Reset Masterclass. I'll make sure that is linked at the end of this video. But you need to know your why so that when it gets hard, I said when it gets hard, not if, because it gets hard, you guys. When it gets hard, you'll be able to keep going if you have a big enough why. The other why, and this is huge, is to be pain-free. Before I started a ketogenic lifestyle, I had a lot of aches and pains. I was over 200 pounds. I was 237 pounds to be exact. And I had back aches. I had my knee hurt. My fingers hurt in the morning. I had all kinds of aches and pains. And of course, when I went to the doctor, they said it's because of my age. I'm getting arthritis. So you guys, to be pain-free, and that pain-free starts when you get rid of the inflammation. The inflammation is tied to so many things in our body. When you get rid of the inflammation, you're going to see things start disappearing, like arthritis, acne, allergies. All kinds of things disappear when you start this lifestyle. So being pain-free is a big deal. Nobody wants to be in pain. Nobody wants to have to take meds for pain. Like every day of their life, they're just in pain. And then they're told there's nothing that they can do about it. If you're able to cut those carbs, you're going to get rid of inflammation and you're going to feel so much better. So being pain-free, that's another simple thing that we don't think about until we're thinking about it because we have the pain. So we want to make sure that we follow this lifestyle so that we can have the simple things when we get old, these simple things. I also want to have balanced hormones. This is my birthday month. I'm going to be 60 on Thanksgiving, and I want to have balanced hormones. I want to be able, I have a new husband, so I'm not going to take it further than that, but I want to be able to want to be with my new husband. So we need good hormones. We need hormones to be balanced for that, men and women. We need good hormones for that. If we're eating a ketogenic lifestyle and we're lowering the inflammation, we're getting in healthy fats, we are going to have good hormones. That is a big deal. These are all health benefits that you can get, but I haven't even talked about the emotional or mental benefits that you get from a ketogenic lifestyle. When you do this lifestyle, you naturally feel better. And of course, you naturally look better, and then you want to do better. So, as soon as you start and you see these little nuggets of success happening over the days and weeks when you first start, it's kind of amazing because if you've never eaten this way before, which, I grew up in the low fat, low fat this, low fat that. So, when I went in to do this, I was afraid, but I did it anyway. And I was shocked. I was shocked at all the things that disappeared. And I felt better. And I started looking better. And I wanted to even do better. I wanted to do more when you're feeling good and looking good. So you guys, those are some simple reasons why you want to do a ketogenic lifestyle and why it's worth it. So those are the reasons why it's worth it. There are a lot others, but those are the ones that, of course, weight loss is in there. All of that stuff happens automatically when you're doing this lifestyle. But the things that I mentioned, people don't talk about them that often because the big thing is like weight or like an illness or a sickness, but it's all those little things that you can appreciate later when we're getting older. So if you're just joining in, this is Lisa, Kinda Karnivore, and this is our Monday Night Live. It's a good time to click the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. And in the comments, let me know what are you having a hard time with so I can address it, and I might be able to do a video on that. Is there something that you are having a hard time with? If you're already in a ketogenic lifestyle, if you want to start one, if you haven't start one, I want to know in the comments what the problem is, why you haven't, and if there's something that I can kind of flip the switch in your mind, this is the time to do it. So go ahead and do that in the comments. And if you're just joining in, let me know where you're joining in from in the world. And I'm going to talk about now the hard part, why it's hard. So I talked about the simple things that we can appreciate when we're eating this way and why it is so worth it to grow old and be able to do the simple things. But yes, it's hard, you guys. Yes, this is hard because once you do this lifestyle, and I've been in it for 8 years, you are not finished when you're finished. So what that means is when I lost the 90 pounds, and that part went like pretty quick. So the first 6 months I lost 60, and then it went on, I lost 90 pounds. And that was like, within the first year. Now I've been in 8 years, but when you do that, or when you reach the goal, when you, if you reverse anything, like I reversed pre-diabetes, you're not done, you guys, you're not done. So I'm 8 years in, and after that, then we need to keep doing it. So once we get unaddicted, now our goal is to stay unaddicted. So we're never done, and we can't put our guard down, because as soon as we put our guard down, this is what BB does. This is what BB did to me. Girl, you're on your 3-year anniversary. You got this. You can have a treat. You know what to do. You lost that weight. You reversed this and that. But I'm a carb addict, you guys. I am a carb addict. So having a bite for me turns into more bites, wanting it the next day. Oh, let's stretch it out for the rest of the month. And then, oh, let's go through the holidays. And then I'm having to lose 20 to 30 pounds. Completely fall off. So when you have a carb addiction, if you have a carb addiction like me, it's not easy to have the carbs anyway and have the things that got you there anyway. It's easier just to not have them. So I wanted to get this kind of instilled in your mind way before the holidays. And I know we have Thanksgiving coming up, we have Christmas, and I'm going to try to work with you guys in your minds every week so that I can keep you strong, because it's never done. We have to still live like this. We have to still, not have those carbs. Like, when you go to a gathering, pick a different choice. And I promise you guys, it gets easier when you get off them. It gets easier. But when you're in it, you can't, you feel like you can't see that. Like you're hearing me right now and you're thinking, oh yeah, she's doing that. I can't do that. But that's a BB. When you're in it, don't listen to BB. Listen to me, because I already been through all that. I've been where you are. I've had to lose the weight. I've relapsed and had to do it again, and then another again, and then another again. It's just not worth it. So this is what we're going to do. Yes, it's hard, but there's 4 things that I want you to do, even though it's hard. And I did them too, and it's still hard, but you can do this because you have a community, you're here, you're listening, and you can do this. So number 1, it's hard, do it anyway. Yes, it's hard, but do it anyway. So yes, it's hard. You're going to a Thanksgiving dinner. It might be your first ketogenic journey. Do it anyway. Bring the turkey, bring a side dish of whatever you need to eat. Make that decision and do it anyway. I know it sounds easier than it is. It's not easy, but you can do it anyway. You can do it anyway, and let yourself feel the feelings. See, that's the thing, you guys. When we give in, we're not feeling the feelings. And then what's in here never gets fixed. It never gets fixed. Because whenever we start to feel a little uncomfortable feelings because we want like something, we eat the thing. I've done it before. I've tried to get back on track. I get through the day, and then at night, I want the thing. And I've gone through all day getting back on track, really worked hard, and then I cave in at 10 o'clock, 8 o'clock, whatever, evening. You have to let yourself feel the feeling of that you're not going to have it. And you might be sad, you might be angry, you might be stressed, you might be overwhelmed. These are all feelings that we need to deal with and not self-soothe with food. Because that's what we're doing. We're self-soothing with food, going through our whole lives, and we're not fixing what's in here. So let's just fix what's in there. Okay, so if you're telling yourself, all right, I'm going to do what she says, and I'm not going to eat the thing, even though you feel like it, I'm telling you guys, it is hard, as you know what, but you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. Let yourself feel the feelings. That's why I always say that you make sure you have done my Mindset Reset Masterclass so that you can know what to do with the feelings. Before, we didn't know what to do with the feelings because we didn't really study food and what's happening scientifically in our mind. We never really studied that, or we don't talk about it. So I'm talking about it. You need the Mindset Reset Masterclass because you need the steps that are in there and the tools that are going to help you deal with the feelings. There's an emotional tool list that you need. And there's your why. Those are tools that you need to use. So when you're feeling those feelings and you want the thing, but you've decided, I'm not having the thing. I'm going to do what Lisa said. Number 1 is do it anyway. That means do it anyway. Do this lifestyle anyway, even though you're, the feelings, the cravings and stuff, they're going to decrease. But when it's heightened is when you're first starting. And that's when you need to use those tools, so that you can deal with those feelings. So if you had a rough day all day and like your day just like totally sucked, you're not going to go for the thing. You're going to use an emotional tool instead to deal with the feelings. So you're still dealing with the feelings. You're still even giving BB some dopamine. It's just non-food dopamine. But then you're getting to the bottom of it. So if at the end of the day, you're so stressed and overwhelmed, you've worked, you've maybe had kids to pick up, you maybe had to work overtime, you're exhausted, and you're starting a ketogenic lifestyle and you're in the beginning part of it where you're having cravings, deal with those feelings a different way that's not the food. And then it'll get easier for you each day. Just take one day at a time. I have been there. I know what you feel. I have been there. Number 2, and it's hard. So number 2 is it's hard. and I'm telling you to press on. Press on, that means keep going. So once you get through the first day, that's so tough, and you're in the second day, sometimes it's tough for a couple of days. So for me, around 3 to 5 days, it's so hard. But when I talked to my husband, he said for 2 weeks, it was the worst 2 weeks of his life. So you guys, I'm telling you the truth so that you can get to the good part. So I need you to press on. That means be determined. That means stay consistent. That means if you don't feel strong and BB is loud, listen to another one of my videos. Listen to a video every day. You need to press on. That means keep going. That is your number 2. You need to press on the next day and the next day and the next day so that you can get through the tough part, get through the wanting the carbs, get through the withdrawals that you're having, all of that stuff. And don't let BB tell you that it's too hard or that you can't do it. Whenever you hear that thing talking that's a negative thing, that's BB, and that's not for you. So listen to a video and get BB out of your head, get your emotional tool list. If you're stressed or whatever, maybe you can get a massage that week, go to get in a jacuzzi. You need to do something that gets your mind off of it, that releases dopamine and endorphins and all that good stuff that's not food related. Number 3 in it being hard is don't give up. You might have a bad day. You might even mess up. Don't give up. And this number 3, this isn't just for the first couple of weeks when it's hard, because I'm telling you, there's been some times where someone has tried it for a day and then they messed up, and then they tried it the next day and then they messed up, and then like they can't even get through a day. I'm telling you to never give up. You have to have the I'm going to conquer this attitude, even if it's hard. It's okay if it's hard. Let it be hard. Everything can't be perfectly comfortable in this life, right? But you can get through it if you know someone else has gotten through it, and if you have support, and that's what I'm here for. So number 3 is don't give up. Even if you're years in, like I was years in when 2020 came. I mean, I just didn't realize what was happening, that all of the emotional tools I had were gone. I had to learn that. It wasn't a concept that I knew yet, but I had gone I had never cheated, ever cheated. But even then, I did not give up. Are you kidding me? Like go back to gaining all the 90 pounds back and be pre-diabetic and have to get on insulin and, high blood pressure medicine and all this stuff. Are you kidding me? There was no way I was going to give up. But it was the hardest fight of my life, harder than when I lost the first 90 pounds in the beginning, because I really got scared. I thought, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can do this. I'm trying to get back on. It's just, 20 pounds. Like why it's harder. You guys, every time you relapse, it's harder and harder. So that's why I'm saying never give up. Even if you relapse, don't give up. If something's happening in your life, just never give up. Never give up, you guys. Fight for this like you fight for something that's important with you, and tell people to go sit down somewhere so that you can just like gather your thoughts. You guys, you have to never, ever give up. And that's what we're here for on this channel too, to help you with that. Number 4 in the hard. Number 4, yes, we know it's hard. And let's say you listen to this whole video and it's still not clicking. Like BB is just so loud in your mind. You're like, yeah, I heard her. She said, do this, do that. And, she says she's been there. She knows how I feel, blah, 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 blah. Which I do. You've seen the before pictures. You know what I've been through this last 8 years. And I know. But if it's still not clicking, like if you're just, it's not clicking, number 4 is for you. If you're not going to do it for yourself, do it for your loved ones. Do it for your loved ones. If you feel like, No, thanks. I'll just take the medicine, let whatever happen happen, you know. I mean, that's a thing, and that could be your decision. We love everybody no matter what, but I just would hate to see anyone go through such a hard, life of being sick and not being mobile or whatever the ailments are that you have, if they can be helped. If they can be helped with diet, why not do that? So if you are feeling like, you know, then do it for your loved ones. Do you have children? Do you have grandchildren? Do it for them. Maybe you want to be able to be mobile so that you can play with your grandchildren. Maybe you want to do it so that your children will have an easier time taking care of you when you get older. Can you imagine? Do it for them. Borrow that until you can do it for yourself. Once you're in it and doing it, you'll be like, you know what? Yes, I'm going to do this. But if you have to think about, okay, I'm going to do it for them because you love them so much, maybe you don't love yourself enough right now, and that's something that you're going to be learning, and within your emotional tools, and that's okay. But borrow, I know you love your children, your grandchildren, even if you have nieces and nephews, your family. Just do it for them and borrow that till you're feeling a little bit better. Once you start doing this lifestyle, the emotional and the physical, I'm sorry, the emotional and the mental things that we feel, they change in our minds. Things that we thought while we were under the influence of carbs, we don't think that way once we get them out and we're a little more clear headed. So you might feel that way right now. But once you get yourself together and you can think, you'll feel a lot better. So you guys, borrow that hope and that inspiration and just do it for your family. So that's number 4, and it's hard. I know it's hard, but just do it for your family. So, you guys, those are the things that I have for you about it's hard. And is it worth it? Yes, it's worth it. It is so worth it, even though it's hard. So, that's why I'm here on this channel for you. And I wanted to share that with you. I also wanted to share this journey that you're in and this lifestyle that you're in. It helps me also. This gives me accountability to be on here and talk with you, especially the live ones. Hi, Darlene, and hi, God's girl. I'm going to read some comments in a minute. But this gives me, it just helps me. It helps me, and I'm hoping that these videos help you. And everyone has a different journey. So I'm just sharing my journey, and I'm hoping that my journey will help people. Even if it helps one person, I would be happy. But if I'm sharing my journey and it helps people, that's awesome. But I want to say this the right way. Um, there's somebody out there for everyone on YouTube. I am hoping that I'm able to reach a community of people that are like me. If you're a carb addict and you are not giving up, and you like to have support, and you like to have ideas, and you like to be able to lift each other up, this is why I created that channel. And I'm hoping that that is for you. But I understand if it's not. Everyone, has different personalities, this and that. But that is what this channel is about. And that's what I'm trying to create here. So basically in this channel, we are addressing the food, but we're not focusing on the food. And we're doing ketogenic lifestyle so that we can conquer our carb addiction. So that is why I'm here. And then we're here to support each other in that. And so that is what I'm looking for in this channel. I hope that this channel is for you. So I want to know what questions you guys have. So we had like a little bit of I know it was like a more serious lesson tonight. Sometimes I'm a little comical, but I just felt some kind of way about this tonight. Yeah, so I'm hoping that I can help family members and friends, and whoever needs it. So that's why I'm on YouTube. But what questions do you guys have? Do you have something that you're struggling with? Anything at all? If you do, put it in the comments. And if you have any questions, put those in the comments. If you're watching this on the replay, I will go back and answer your questions and I will reply to your comments. And that is what I have for you tonight. And I see God's Girl and I see Darlene is out there. So that is awesome. Hi, you guys. I hope that you're having a great day. And I hope that you guys have a great rest of your week and that you stay strong and hang in there. And you guys, we are in this for the long haul. Hey, KHE. Oh my goodness, KHE's on too. So we got Darlene, God's Girl, KHE. Yes, so if you guys are watching this on a replay, I really love doing these lives. So I'm going to do more lives also. So yeah, KHE saying she'll catch up. You can watch this on the replay. It's a really good one tonight. I think it's just really like touches my heart. I guess I'm just like extra. I had a few people reach out to me with me this week, family and friends that are like wanting to start this lifestyle. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited for them. And I want to be able to help them and everything. Hi, Anna. Anna's on. Yeah. So yes, it's hard, but yes, it's worth it. And yes, we can do this together. And this is going to be a safe community in the nicest way that I can say. As we get bigger and grow larger, you know, there's going to be some internet trolls out there, but I'm just saying I am very protective over this community. And that is something that I'm not going to be putting up with. So if this, you know, I'm just letting it be out there now that that's not going to be something that I'm going to put up with or focus on. I will use the block or the hide or whatever because I want to protect us. And we are trying to create a safe community for people that are addicted to carbs like me and that want to use a ketogenic lifestyle along with the mindset reset concepts so that we can conquer the carbs for good and hold each other accountable for that in the maintenance of that. So God's Girl says, I'm struggling with giving up the vegetables and switching to keto carnivore. Oh, okay. You're struggling with giving up the vegetables. All right. So God's Girl, it sounds like you really want to be keto carnivore or kind of carnivore, and you're wanting to give up the vegetables. So I'm wondering how much vegetables you're eating. Are you tracking? Do you know how much vegetables are you having? Are you having like 100 grams of vegetables? Are you having like 50 grams of vegetables? Are you keeping it to the 20 and your keto? Are you having starchy vegetables in there? Or are you sticking to the green leafy vegetables? All of those things matter. So that's what I want to know first. So you don't have to answer right now, but I'm just saying, know how many carbs are carbs, even if they're veggies. And if you have any health ailments, or if you just want to be more carnivore, more keto carnivore, and you're trying to cut them out, you need to know how many you're having. So you need to know if you're overeating on those things. All right. And then my next step is once you know how many you're having, you can go ahead and cut that down. So let's say that you are having 50 carbs a day, 60 or something, or whatever you're having, you can cut that down. So if you're having 50, you definitely wanted to get it to 20. And we're talking total carbs, you guys, total carbs always. Not net carbs, total carbs. You want to get it to 20, and then you could relax there for a minute. You could do some baby steps, and then you can even get it to 10, which is, you know, that's where your ketovore is. I'm kind of carnivore, so I keep mine like 5, 7, sometimes it depends, sometimes none. So you can start there. So that's 3 steps for you, God's Girl. How many are you having? Know how many you're having, and then you can kind of cut that in half, or at least get it to 20 so that you can be truly keto. Keto doesn't mean that you're just eating keto things, but 200 grams of keto things. You know what I'm saying? So there's some people that, oh yeah, I've been doing keto and I'm not seeing a result. And, you know, they're eating keto foods, boxed foods, nuts, all the stuff, and they don't even know they're eating 200 carbs. But it's keto. Keto is not just the ingredients. It's what the ingredients are, but your green leafy things, but you still want to keep those carbs down so that your blood sugar regulates. Even if you don't have a blood sugar, if you're not pre-diabetic or diabetic, the blood sugar still matters because that's what controls the insulin that's being released into your body to get that down, and then that affects your inflammation. So yes, you can do that. You can do those three things. I talk too fast. You can do those three things. Know how many you're having, do a couple tracking days, then make sure you're getting it down to 20. And then another week or so after that, you can get it even lower to that. And then eat your favorite, most delicious carnivore things. If you want to be more keto carnivore, focus on those delicious fatty meats that you really, really love. And then you can just have a little bit of veg, like as a condiment with it or something like that. So that's a great question, God's girl. Thank you for that. And then Anna, let's see. Great advice, Lisa. I had to go cold turkey because I'm an abstainer. Let's see, what does it say? Find it to moderate. She's an abstainer. Okay, so Anna, it sounds like you're like me. I had to go cold turkey too. And so, I mean, I at that time when that doctor said, when you come back to the office, we're going to get you started on insulin, I went cold turkey. Okay. And I'm an abstainer too. So if I have some, it makes me want more. So, yes, that is, if you can do cold turkey, that's great. All right, so those are some tips there that we have. And in this channel, we're embracing everybody where they are so that we can, everyone's not in the same place. And we don't want to have such rules that it makes someone just not do it altogether. I don't believe in that. We have to help the best way that we can. We have to meet kind of people where they are and kind of help them along the way. So let's see. God's Girl says, I'm switching from keto to carnivore. I will start tracking again. I need to give up certain vegetables. There's a little, what is this thing? Okay. I need to give up certain vegetables to control my hand eczema. Okay, so yes, God's Girl, if you have eczema, you have hand eczema, and you aren't going to do cold turkey, what I would do first is I would give up everything in the nut family, all the nut, peanut butter, any nuts of anything. I would do that first, and then I would make sure you're keeping dairy as a condiment. Because when you have too much dairy, that can also cause inflammation and you can get, different types of rashes, such as eczema. And then I would also think about, and I'm going to do a video about this in the next week or so, but I would also think about doing carnivore as an elimination diet. I ended up on accident doing that when I went carnivore, because I went carnivore just to try it. I didn't intend to stay there, but oh my gosh, it was so amazing. I knew I wasn't going to go all the way back. So I ended up Kinda Karnivore, and I kind of created the perfect way of eating for me. That's why I call it Kinda Karnivore, because I don't want to be labeled, because they label you and then they tell you this. I'm not doing that. I don't do the drama. So I'm Kinda Karnivore. When I did the 90-day carnivore challenge, after that, every week, I just introduced a tiny plant thing just to know if I can handle it. And I started it with seasonings. And as soon as I had that thing, if my body didn't like it, I would have allergies and couldn't breathe 2 hours after that, because that's how my body is affected. It gets stuffy and it gets allergies immediately, where my husband, he has gut things. So if his body doesn't like it, his stomach is, yeah. So get to know yourself and what works for you. But I would lean towards, God's Girl, I would lean towards an elimination diet. because that way, once you get your whole system cleared out and healed, you can one by one add back the tiny things that you really, really like so that you know what's affecting you 1 week at a time. That works really, really well. And I'm going to be doing that video in a couple of weeks. Using carnivore as an elimination diet. So that's what you can do. So Anna says, yep, that fear for my health moved. That fear for my health keeps me on path. Exactly. When it's more than weight loss, it keeps you on track. That, because it's not a weight. I mean, yeah, I love that I lost that weight. Okay. I love fashion. Yes, I love that. But what keeps me doing it is because, yeah, you can gain some weight and lose it again many different ways. But pre-diabetes, I don't want that. I don't want to have to take insulin shots. That keeps me like straight. So yeah, that's good. So Anna says, God's girl, best of luck to you for the transition. Oh, you guys are so good to each other. And God's girl said, thanks, Anna. Oh, I love that. So we're already supporting each other. Our little group is growing and we're already supporting each other. Okay, perfect. Okay. Yeah, so those are some tips for you. And now you guys know what's going to be coming up in the next week or so. Using carnivore as an elimination diet is amazing. And if you can do that now, that would be great. January is World Carnivore Month. It's up to you, but the sooner you get on your health thing, the better. Or you can just kind of cut things little by little, like I said. So yes, good luck to God's girl. We'll be praying for you, and you're going to do well. Okay, so the other thing is, I'll look in the chat to see if there's any other questions. You guys, the other thing that I do want to let you guys know is that our group and this YouTube channel, this is a passion for me, and it's a way that I can also extend my ministry, which is loving people, caring for people. I love the Lord. You guys know that. But if you ever need prayer for anything, I pray for you guys anyway, automatically. But if you ever need prayer for anything, or you just want prayer, you don't even have to put what it's for or anything. Just put the praying hands in the chat. Just, that's it. And I got you. So, and you know, you'll be fine. So anyway, I just want you to know that. Praying hands in the chat if you need some extra support from up there. But yeah, I've had to pray many a times. I mean, and those transitions, getting back on track, I have had to pray, girl. It is hard. So I'm willing to do that for you guys too. But let's see. KHE, what is she putting here? Sometimes, why is it not scooting? Ay, ay, ay. Okay, she has praying hands. Okay, awesome. And I just got out of it. Okay. What I'm doing is I'm looking at my tablet so I can kind of see all of the comments in there. So it's like, but it's you, you know, these smart systems. Oh, yes, I need it. I got you guys. So yeah, anytime you need prayer, just put the praying hands in there. And I do that anyway. I've been doing it all along, but I just want you guys to know that. So I had so much fun with you guys tonight. I love these lives. I am going to, let me see if there's any other questions and that you have, anything that you're stuck on or that you're needing help with. So, okay, God's girl. Let's see what she's saying here. I'm sorry, I'm having a little trouble in my own chat because it's like, what are you doing? You're filming and chatting. Okay, so it's God's girl says, get out of here. Okay, God's girl says, I'm sad that many of the vegetables I like cause me to break out salad. Oh, Oh, yeah. So God's girl, I did a lot of grieving when I first came to this lifestyle. I did all the grieving 8 years ago. And even when I've relapsed a few times, it's hard, but, yeah, God's girl. So this is the thing, God's girl. Right now, you might be eating a salad with a whole bunch of stuff on it, but don't get too sad yet until you do an elimination diet using carnivore, because when you add something back one by one, you'll find out what your body likes and don't like. And there might be some things that you can have. So don't get, I mean, you're going to be sad for a minute because it's like an investigation. The carnivore challenge, it's the carnivore elimination is going to be like an investigation. And you're going to add one thing at a time back to see if you can tolerate it. An example of that, you guys, is, cinnamon. So I like to put cinnamon on things. Right after I did the carnivore challenge, I put a little cinnamon on top of like a carnivore egg loaf that I did. Immediately, that night, oh my gosh, I was jacked up. And then I was like, are you kidding me right now? I used to always use that and I didn't notice it. Well, you didn't notice it. I didn't notice it because I was eating all the stuff. So your body's like, whatever. But when you cut everything out and you're starting from a clean slate and you add one thing back, your body will tell you. So the next week, so I didn't do that again. I didn't do the cinnamon again. The next week, I put nutmeg instead of the cinnamon on my egg loaf thing. And then I was okay. So my body doesn't love cinnamon. I have to be careful with it. So that's what you'll be able to do, God's girl. You'll be able to do the elimination diet, get healed, get all of that inflammation out so that your skin can heal. And then you can one at a time add back a favorite once a week and keep a log. And then you'll know what things your body likes and doesn't like. It will tell you immediately. So yeah, you'll be a temporarily sad. It won't be like a permanent sad. And you'll be able to find some of the things that you love. Okay, Darlene says, thank you so much, dear. And God Girl says, like salad. So she loves salad. So God's Girl, how do you know what you're allergic to if your salad has a bunch of stuff? If your salad has like 10 things on it, how do you know it's the lettuce? Have you have you ever had just the lettuce salad without anything on it, like maybe a Caesar salad, which is just lettuce and um, Parmesan cheese? Of course, you're not using croutons, whatever. You don't know. And then you have to give your body a chance to clear out. So once you have done the carb elimination, once you use carnivore as an elimination diet and get a clean slate, then when you have a salad, just have a lettuce salad with some Parmesan. Don't add every vegetable in the garden back. Just have just the lettuce so that you could see if you could have lettuce that week. And if that's okay, then you can add a thing. And then you might find out, oh my gosh, it wasn't the lettuce, it was the, I don't know, whatever different toppings you put on your salad. So you'll be able to try that. So you won't have to be sad for long, and maybe you'll have some delicious stuff that you can eat to get your mind off of that. You're not having salad with a bunch of stuff on it. Okay. So what other questions do you guys have for me? Yay. All right. So that's really good, you guys. If you're watching on the replay, go ahead and put your thing that you're having trouble with in the comments and I will address it. If you are not subscribed, subscribe. And if you are already subscribed, hit the bell so that you can get the notifications and share this with someone that needs it. And I will see you guys in the next video. Love you much. See you in the next video. Bye. It's not turning off. All right.